When Hitler invaded Poland and started the World War II, 500 Polish women and 200 children were put on a ship to save them from the Germans. The ship was left in the sea by the Polish army and the captain was told to take them to any country where they can get shelter. The last message from their countrymen was, "If we are alive, or survive, we will meet again." The ship, filled with 500 refugee Polish women and 200 children, were refused to come in by many European ports, Asian ports like Seychelles, Aden, etc. The ship continued to sail and somehow reached a harbor port of Iran. Yes, so far away. There also they did not get any permission. After their ship and plight was turned away by every country. Finally, the ship wandering in the sea reached India and came to then port of Bombay, but the British Crown Governor in Mumbai, Bombay too refused them entry. This is an untold forgotten story of 500 Polish women and 200 Polish children were saved by Indian Hindu King Digvijay Singh. Where the Maharaja King of Jamnagar state of India Digvijay Singh, when heard about this, he frustrated by the lack of empathy and unwillingness of the British government and came to know about this ship, he became truly concerned. He allowed the ship to port in his kingdom at a port Jamnagar, India. He not only gave shelter to 500 women but also gave their children free education in Balachari in an army school. The Maharaja Digvijay Singh greeted the newcomers with the flowing words, "You are no longer orphans. From now on you are Noangarians, and I'm, Bapu, father of all Noangarians, so I'm your father as well." He built dormitories in which each of them had a separate bed. He also generously provided for the children so that they could study, play and eat to their heart's content. Between 1942 and 1946 over 600 Polish children found a home in India thanks to the Maharaja. They were all provided with food, clothes and medical care. The kind ruler let the guest house of his Balakati palace be used as a school so that his little protégés could learn to read and write. A special library with Polish books was set up so that they wouldn't forget their mother tongue. They often staged theatrical plays, which Digvijay Singh always attended. After the representations he would invite the young actors for a festive tea and give them sweets. Writes Wislo Stipula, one of these rescued orphans, in his book W. Gosniud Polskiego Maharadzi. The children also played football, volleyball, grass hockey and even went camping. These refugees stayed in Jamnagar, India, for 9 years, till World War II lasted. They were well taken care of by Digvijay Singh, who regularly visited them and was fondly called Bapu by them. the war ended and the orphans had to return to Europe, both the children and the Maharaja were heartbroken. Later these refugees returned to their own country. One of the children of these refugees later became the Prime Minister of Poland. Even today, that descendants of those refugees come to Jamnagar, India every year and remember their ancestors. In Poland, the name of many roads in the capital of Warsaw are named after Maharaja Jam Sahab. There are many schemes in Poland in his name. Every year Poland newspapers print articles about Maharaja Digvijay Singh. From the ancient times, the message of India Vasudeva Kutumbakam means, whole world is a family, and its tolerance has been well known in the world. India will remain an Indian culture. Vasudeva Kutumbakam, the world is a family verse of Maha. Upanishad is engraved in the entrance hall of the Parliament of India. Vasudeva Kutumbakam is a Sanskrit phrase found in Hindu texts such as the Maha Upanishad, which means the world is one family. The phrase Vasudeva Kutumbakam consists of several words: Vasuda, the earth, Eva, indeed, and Kutumbakam, family. The original verse is contained in the Mahapanishad. Subsequent slokas go on to say that those who have no attachments go on to find the Brahman, the one supreme, universal spirit that is the origin and support of the phenomenal universe. The context of this verse is to describe as one of the attributes of an individual who has attained the highest level of spiritual progress, and one who is capable of performing his worldly duties without attachment to material possessions. Narendra Modi, India's Prime Minister, used this phrase in a speech at World Culture Festival, organized by Art of Living, adding that Indian culture is very rich and has inculcated in each one of us with great values. We are the people who have come from Ahama, Brahmasm, to Vasudeva Kutumbakam. We are the people who have come from Upanishad to Upgrah, satellite. During the 16th century Renaissance and the Age of Discovery period in the crown of the Kingdom of Poland, a small number of Poland's nobility, statesmen, merchants and writers visited India and fostered the abiding interest of the Polish people in the civilization, philosophy, spiritual traditions, art and culture of India. One of the first diplomatic dignitaries and travelers during this period to make Polish contact with India, then under the rule of the Mughal Empire, was the Polish nobleman and statesman Paul Palczewski of Palczewsk, who was a long-serving royal courtier to King Sigismund III, Vasa, and from the distinguished senior son in noble house of Sasowski family. Others from this period include Erasm Kwiatkowski, a Polish diplomatic representative for King Sigismund II, Augustus in the Ottoman Empire in 1538 and Royal Castellan of Brzesko-Kujawski and Gniezno, and Krzysztof Pawlowski. a Polish seafarer and diarist who provided a description of India preserved in Polish language, recorded in a letter, dated 1569 to an unknown person. Pawlowski, who came to India in 1569, left rudimentary description of the sea route from Gdansk via Portugal, Lisbon, to India, Goa, in the form of a comprehensive letter relation to a friend in Krakow, in which described the customs of dark people. A consequence of these voyages soon provided Indian echoes in Polish literature. As early as 1611, the Polish Catholic priest, translator and poet, Stanislaw Grachowski (1542–1612), published a book titled Cudowierz z Indyjskiego Języka, Wonderful Verses from the Indian Language. It was a translation of the greatest holy book, Bhagavad Gita, which had first been translated from Sanskrit into medieval Latin by the Italian poet and Jesuit missionary Francisco Benci, 1542–1594, who had stayed in India and later lectured at the Jesuit College in Polotsk, Poland, where Stanislaw Grachowski was a professor. During the 19th century, several Sanskrit classics were translated into Polish in a History of Ancient India, and Polish was one of the first of its kind to be published in Europe. A chair of Sanskrit was set up at the Jagiellonian University of Krakow in 1893. Studies and research in Indian languages and literature had developed at the universities of Krakow, Warsaw, Wrocław and Poznan. At the beginning of the 20th century, the Maharaja of Jodhpur commissioned the accomplished Polish visual artist Stefan Nordlund to decorate the Umaid Bhawan Palace with a series of paintings, where his works were rediscovered in the 1990s. Whilst staying in India during World War II, Nordlund also painted portraits of the local aristocracy and decorated their residences. This was an illustrious page from history little known to many today even in India. Do you think that this video was interesting? Then please show your appreciation by liking this video and giving it a thumbs up. And for the next video update, please subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon for notification updates. Thanks for watching.